I'm here with Bülent Çelebi, his co-founder and executive chairman of AirTies. Bülent, you've been doing a lot of work with Sky around fluid viewing on the Sky Q platform. Can you tell me a little bit about the background to that and what Sky Q achieves?
One of the key things that Sky Q does is actually bring television viewing into the way people live their lives today. I mean, it's a mobile world. We're running around with tablets and smartphones, and a lot of television is being consumed on that. But it historically has not been the mainstream pay TV and the satellite quality. So what Sky Q is actually doing is taking live satellite with satellite quality HD, and actually not only bringing that to the traditional television sets, but also bringing it to tablets and smartphones and laptops. And so it gives it totally a mobile experience inside the home to multiple devices and to multiple televisions all at the same time. And of course, this has to be done wirelessly because these devices are all wireless. And the televisions themselves, since they're also wireless, you can actually locate them anywhere in the house you want, or maybe even in the yard if you have a soccer match that you want to go watch or something along those lines. And one of the other things it also allows people to do is, even on a tablet in your bedroom, you can watch live satellite feed. You can watch what you pre-recorded on your PVR, or you can watch on-demand Sky from the general internet, or regular internet content such as YouTube, etc., and whatever partners that Sky is lining up. And that's also a significant first.
Can you talk a little bit about your mesh technology and how significant is the Sky partnership in bringing that to a wider market?
Well, the first thing I can say is, Sky is a mass market product. So, we've been working on mesh for a long time. We've had quite a few deployments, but this is clearly the largest deployment. But there's a number of significant firsts here. It's the first time that we are using set-top boxes as mesh nodes. It's the first time that there are so many mesh nodes available at the same time. It's the first time that a pure Wi-Fi internet access is being combined with a pay TV access. So pay TV plus internet, all on the same network, all interacting together. So these are significant firsts throughout the world. And Sky has also implemented what we call our hybrid technology, which actually combines both power line or Ethernet with Wi-Fi in a mesh type of a setup. It's not a classical backbone type of a thing. The PLC links are actually adding incremental capacity to the Wi-Fi links and bringing up the total capacity of the network.
Now, you've done a lot of work in 4K, including recently in Denmark with WOW. Can you tell me a little bit about that deployment and how significant it is?
Similar to Sky, they're also using a mesh network, and the Wi-Fi is integrated into the set-top box. In this case, we're supplying the set-top box. But they're a fiber operator, so they're able to have multiple 4K TV channels running over the fiber network, so they have the capacity to be able to bring it in. And through our mesh network, they have the in-home Wi-Fi capacity to be able to stream to multiple TVs, 4K UHD video to them. And also associated with it is one of the world's first integrations of Netflix with the IPTV service, and I'm sure you're familiar, Netflix is one of the pioneers in 4K as well. So the Danish consumer is going to be able to get a Netflix 4K plus whatever additional channels that WOW is able to do, all on a single platform, and be able to switch between these with just a single push button. It takes it's like a normal channel change to go from Netflix to the regular TV service.
Now, you've been expanding globally, including in the US. How is the US market evolving?
Very good question. For the longest time, we ignored the US market. And you might say, why? It's all about building construction. Wi-Fi has a difficult time going through concrete walls and stone and brick and things like that. So we said, our market is going to be Europe, because U.S. is all, wood construction, plasterboard, etc., and Wi-Fi doesn't have too much problems. There's coax cable, MoCA works fine, etc. But in the last few years, the explosion of mobile devices, smartphones, with OTT streaming has caused a Wi-Fi storm to occur in the U.S. market. And we are being approached by every major operator in the U.S. We have a large number of trials underway. Hopefully a couple of the tier ones will announce this mid this year, so we'll be able to openly talk about them. But we do have a mid-tier cable operator which is already launched called Midco. And so we're very, very hopeful about the US market, and we're investing very heavily in there.
To what extent is all of this being driven by consumer demand for better Wi-Fi? And to what extent is it something that operators are pushing?
What we're finding clearly in the US with this OTT streaming or video streaming and mobile devices, there is significant demand from the consumers about complaining about Wi-Fi. Okay, and so there's 3 or 4 new startups that have announced Wi-Fi mesh network products direct to consumer. There's the Google On Hub effort. So there's a big awareness that has come online in the last year or so. So there is a significant consumer demand. Now, again, in the U.S., the broadband speeds are several hundred megabits, and then the cable guys are pushing this up to 500 megabit, 1 gigabit, and that's great coming up to the curb or to the door of the house. But then when you walk around the house, you get 1, you get 5, and the consumer's paying for hundreds and not getting what he's paying for, and they're all complaining. So, you can service this demand either way. Either the operator can directly service the demand and get less churn and less trouble calls and et cetera, or the consumer's going to go, spend his own money and try to solve it himself. And it's the same problem being solved by different channels.
Now, you talked a little bit earlier about MoCA. Can you tell me how you think wireless and wireline technologies can work together, and what needs to be done to enable that to happen seamlessly?
It's a price performance issue. Okay, if you're happy with 1 to 200 megabits of capacity throughout the entire house, Wi-Fi gets the job done. Now, if you've got 1 meter thick stone walls throughout the house, and you got a big huge house, then you may it may be more difficult, and so instead of adding more mesh nodes, it might be easier to use a MoCA link or a PLC link, or if you're paying for 1 gigabit fiber service and you want that capacity throughout the entire house, then you need more capacity. So these things are additive, and they're adding capacity. Now, both the MoCA and the PLC links, they actually vary. The actual performance you get is dependent upon the socket pairs. Okay, this pair may run at 20 megabit. This pair may run at 200 megabit, and you don't know which one, because it's all depending on the circumstances of the wiring and the coax, and even with MoCA, is the cabling frayed or the connectors frayed. So all these things factor in, and so we think combining it is the best of all worlds, but it really needs to be combined in an intelligent way. Not just everybody's running around saying, oh, it's a backbone. That doesn't work all the time.